You're not in the camera, Lily. What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year from wonderful Florida. Normally we would say sunny Florida, or at least warm Florida.
Sunny.
It's sunny, but not warm. We are coming out of one of the coldest days and coldest nights. We hit 32 for a few hours last night, and it's pretty chilly. If I pan down, we are in boots and pants. And earlier today, when I went outside to dump the black tanks, I was in a long jacket. So, that being said, kind of give you a quick update. Hopefully you all watched our last video, which was the golf cart parade while we spent Christmas in Bradenton at one of the coolest RV parks.
We have the wallpaper too.
Oh, and we had the wallpaper. I don't know, what's more fun? Light up carts or wallpaper?
Depends.
I did the work on the wallpaper. We're going to kind of give you a quick update in this video, but also show you a little newbie tip. Some of our friends, they went to California to buy an RV, and they are calling us, hey, we need this, we need this, we need help. And one question that I got called on, and I knew how to do it, but I've never done it successfully, so Renee had to do it. So she was like, I wonder how many people don't know how to do this. So stay tuned for that.
If you're a newbie.
If you're a newbie.
If you're an, even
if you're not, you don't know how to do it, like me. I don't know.
Well, maybe the person that doesn't.
And look at when you see this, you're like, oh my god, what is it? Just fast forward to it. No, it's some of you are going to be going, really? That's what it is. But we see this a lot on the Facebook forums for Grand Design. Actually, any of them with this item.
Well, just when you're a new RVer.
Yeah, and you don't know how to do it. You just
different than a house.
Yeah.
And...
All right, so let's give you a quick update. We're in Ocala, Florida, and for about a year pre-COVID, we kind of were toying with the notion of buying an RV spot, not like a lot. I mean, so I say that and some people think we bought a whole RV park. In Sarasota, Bradenton, Clearwater area, kind of centralized because when we do a lot of business and travel, we're kind of on that side. What were you gonna say?
No, that was my wish list. He was anywhere, but I wanted to be in a certain area, but you know, right now things just didn't work out. So
with COVID going on, the RV industry booming, people have been buying up lots and properties and turning them into RV lots. So Renee found an old flyer from last year's
RV show.
Our Tampa RV show.
One of those things. We'll look at that next time we're in town when we forgot it got stuck.
Yeah, so a whole year later, we found this flyer, and it's for Wilderness RV Resort in Silver Springs, Florida. So just on a whim, over coffee, I mean, I was ready to go for a bike ride. Like, I had my spandex on and everything. I was ready to go out the door. And she says, let's go look at an RV lot. And I was like, really? That's the start of a morning conversation I wasn't expecting.
Well, I didn't say let's go right this second. I just said I found the flyer.
She found the flyer. We started looking at things, and we went the first day, and we both kind of like this RV resort, and we both kind of like almost the same spot, which is very rare with us.
Close. They were side by side.
They were side by side. I was willing to take either one, which I really didn't care about. Yeah, we started taking measurements and looking, and the price was right, and we him and hawed over it that night, and we kind of pulled the trigger, guys. So we bought an RV lot in Wilderness RV Resort. So more details to come on that, but we purchased it. We actually close in a few weeks, and it is going to be awesome, guys. We have someone who's going to be renting it already for 4 months. We're going to be in and out, but it is going to be available to the public. We're super excited. That's kind of the update, other than we're in Ocala. So let's go to the newbie tip.
Yeah.
Newbie tip. All right, so I'm going to start off with the first step. The first step includes your propane. You want to go outside and turn on your propane. Now, if you have two side-by-side bottles, in the middle there should be a switch, left or right. Make sure that switch is pointing to the bottle that you're turning on. Then, step number 2, Renee's going to tell you about. All right, babe. Step number 2. What do you got?
All right, well, first of all, we haven't told everybody what we're doing. We're showing you how to...
We might want to tell people how to do it.
Yes, now that you've gotten your propane turned on, now what do you do? Well, we are showing you how to light the stovetop in the oven. I know that seems really simple, but again, if you're brand new, like our friends are that called us, you don't know how to do it. So we're just going to show you quickly what we do to start the stovetop and the oven. So for the stovetop, we have a Furrion oven, which is the more common, I think, in a lot of RVs. But this is what we have, a 3-burner. So I'm going to start this burner. So there's is like your igniter. You'll hear it clicking.
And then go ahead and click it again.
You can see it's...
All 3 igniters on the burners are sparking.
So I'm going to light this one, and it's got the diagram that shows you, which burner you're lighting.
Yeah, just like on the home ovens.
Yeah. So you just push it in. You can actually hear it, and then spark it, and then you just adjust how much flame you want.
Yep.
So.
And this will also, guys, if you have never started anything propane-wise in your RV, if you just purchased it, this will also start pushing propane through your lines to feed all the lines of propane. So it may not happen that quick on the first click. I mean, Renee, you just cooked pasta literally like 15 minutes ago. So there's propane in there and stuff like that. And we use it on a daily basis. But if it's your first time doing it, just remember, step 1, turn the proper propane bottle on and make sure your valve is switched to that propane bottle. And then try to start the burners. It may take a few times, but you just want to make sure because those pipes are purging with propane. So now what are we going to do? Move on to the oven?
Yeah, and I was going to say for the oven, sometimes if I'm not sure, like if our propane tank has gone out, I will turn the burner on because the burners do light up so fast. So if I know that flame's staying, then usually we're good on propane. Alright, so we showed you how to light the stovetop. Now we'll show you how we light the oven. And you're going to use the same igniter switch that you use for the stovetop, but you're going to use a different knob. This one's for the oven. You can tell it's for the oven because it's got the temperatures on it. So what you're going to do is you're going to push it in to the flame, and you'll feel it won't go any further. So you know you're as far left as you can go.
And keep it pushed in because it does release.
And then you come over here
to the igniter. Now, we just learned, so right now Renee turned on the igniter, and if you could see that blue, it's actually upside down or up on top, but I'm looking at the reflection. Renee still has the knob pushed in and to the flame. I don't know, it's probably gonna be hard to see, but it's still to the flame icon. So what Renee's gonna do now is turn to the left. She's turning it to the left now, and it automatically lit, as you can see. Ooh, that's warm.
Yeah.
So,
and then you just
turn it to whatever temperature you want. So there is a little finessing to this, which a lot of people, even us, it took us a while to get used to the finesse. And the finesse is the feel in this oven knob. So again, if you push in, turn to the left, you're going to feel it stop. But if you don't push it in, you can just turn it however you want, and that does nothing. So you push in, turn to the left until it stops, click the igniter, go ahead, boom. You know, that's the pilot light going on there, so you don't want to move your hand here. So what I'm going to do is slowly turn to the left and lift the knob back out. And while I'm turning to the left to get to the temperature, and then you'll see, boom, it lit. But the igniter just fires on down there, and that's what you're doing. So when you turn the oven knob to the little light, it basically feeds a little bit of gas to get that pilot light. And then once you slowly depress the knob while turning to the left or right, depending on how your knob is, it will start feeding the gas through that pipe, and you'll hear it. And when that happens, just slowly turn it until it turns on, and then just set it to the desired temperature for your cookies, pizza, or pasta, or lasagna.
Yeah. And I was going to say, too, if you have a fantastic fan or some kind of fan, whenever you run the stove being propane, you want to open that up just so you're not smelling propane.
Yeah. Because there is a little bit of a propane smell in the beginning. So.
Yeah, and then like earlier I was using the burner, the propane blew, which I didn't know, and I started to smell propane even though it was empty, and that's when I realized there was no flame.
So yeah, right before we did this, I did go switch the little black knob over. So that's why I mentioned make sure your propane is on, because we were going to film this and our propane went out. Lily wanted to be in the tutorial, but she couldn't get over there. Say hi, Lily. Stretch it out. All right, so that's it on our first newbie tip. Actually, it's our second newbie tip because I'm going to put a link up here somewhere, left or right, however it works. How to light your heater thermostat in the cold weather. Also, from another friend who we had met on the road who had never lit their heater on a cold night, and they froze. It wasn't even in Florida. I forgot what state it was.
In Virginia.
Virginia, yeah, and it got cold that night and they froze. So click the link up here, how to turn on your heater inside the RV via the propane heater. So as for that, thanks for watching our short little instructional video. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button because it does help us out in the channel and lets us know that you guys are still watching. If we missed anything, definitely leave a comment below. Or if you say, hey, how do you do this in your RV? Put that down below and we just may make a random quick video about it. So make sure you give a thumbs up. And also, if you want to follow us on our daily adventures, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Up For The Journey. And we're not cooking anything in this, are we?
No, I'm going to barbecue in the cold.
We're going to barbecue in the cold. Which
I don't know about we, but me.
Well, I'll be out there in team support. So, all right, guys, that's it from cold Florida. We're out of here. We'll see you next week. Talk to you later.